Wisconsin men's basketball is starting to find their groove. The Badger men are off to a 2-0 start, looking for that third dub tonight at the Kohl Center, hosting Ball State. And as the weather gets cold, Nolan Winter, he gets hot. The big man was on a mission tonight. As they say, it wouldn't be so bad without the wind, and normally they'd be right, but 31 brought out his windbreaker. Lines up the three, and it's good. Make it, get this, 29-8 Badgers early. And later, Nick Boyd turns defense into offense, taking the ball right out of the Cardinals' nest. He gets blocked on the other end, but who else but Winter is there to clean it up. Nolan had a game-high 19 points to go with his 10 rebounds as the Badgers win it 86-55. There's a reason that baseball is called America's pastime. It's been played since the 1800s, and in all that time, only 17 Madison natives have made it to Major League Baseball. Drake Baldwin, a Madison West grad, is the most recent and maybe already the best too. After hitting 19 homers in his first year in the show, he got the call that he was named the National League's Rookie of the Year.
It honestly went by pretty quick with how fun it was. I mean, I don't even know if I've wrapped it up completely yet. I mean, I'll probably have to wrap up this award as well, just kind of realize how much it really means. It's still kind of surreal right now, but yeah, it's just an incredible year and was super excited it's ending this way.
It seems like a theme this time of year, thinking, where did all the time go? Believe it or not, Wisconsin volleyball only has a half dozen games left this season. Allie Andrew, the guest on this week's Wisconsin Huddle, says her lone year in Madison has gone by way too fast, but not too fast for her team to gel into a contender for a national championship.
I'm just really impressed with this team, how we've been progressing throughout the season, and just the last couple weeks, how we've been finding our groove together. I think we really strive to play together as a team, and that's something we've been doing, and it's just been really fun to watch and play with.
That's it for sports, but we've still got some really cool northern lights to look at. Alex has that when we come back to News 3 Now. Greg Gard's patience is about as thin as the ice on Lake Mendota, basically non-existent when it comes to his team's progression so far. Ahead of Wisconsin men's basketball's Big Ten opener, he said that it will come with time that they'll get better, and it turns out he was on to something. Early on, Andrew Rohde zips it to John Blackwell, who was on a burner in the first half. He scored 23 of his 25 before the break. A little later, it's the big man from down under who came off the bench for the first time this year, and Austin Rapp showed up, canning the triple. But the best big man play of the night was a no-doubter. Nick Boyd scraps the ball away and puts it where only Nolan could get it. Winter is coming, and the Badgers are too. They get the Big Ten opening win over the Wildcats, 85-73. Another day, another rumor mill of Giannis trade suspicions, and oh no, in the first quarter, the Bucks superstar injures his left calf and he wouldn't return. Milwaukee has lost 8 of their last 9, playing against one of the best teams in the league in the Pistons. And how about this? Kyle Kuzma. He shows them with the slam, and later, trailing by 1, Milwaukee's Derry Bird, he delivers. A.J. Green for 3, giving the Bucks a lead. They go on to win it without the Greek Freak. 113-109, the final score. There's just one more sleep until it's tourney time, and for Wisconsin volleyball, they're hoping the first round of the tournament is the first of many postseason wins. This is not a program that gets complacent this time of year, and like years past, this year's new look group doesn't just want to get to the tournament, they want to go on a deep run.
That's what everyone wants to do. That's what we strive for each and every day. That's the work we're putting into, is to try and go as deep as possible. And I really think this team can do this. Like I said, we're gelling at the right time. If everyone's going to do it, it's going to be us. I think we're a really dangerous team come postseason right now.
The season is over, but Wisconsin football suffered another loss today. It's National Signing Day, when recruits officially put pen to paper and commit to their future university. And the Badgers didn't just lose their top prize in Amari Latimer. They only had 2 commits from the state of Wisconsin. The Badgers' 2026 recruiting class ranks as the 77th class in the country and the 16th out of 18 teams in the Big Ten. They did, however, secure Ryan Hopkins a top 50 quarterback in the nation. There was, however, one big win for the Badgers. Their prized recruit from last year's class, Mason Poza, well, he was named third team All Big Ten. He led Bucky with 61 tackles, the most by a Badger freshman since TJ Edwards in 2015. Well, he may not be a prized recruit, but he's certainly a prize. Talking about Blaze, he'll be right back with our final check of the First Warn forecast. What a way to finish off rivalry week at Wisconsin. A border battle doubleheader on the ice. We start with the men who their last time out snapped a 5-game losing skid against the Gophers. Not to mention Bucky trying to preserve their undefeated season. Scoreless 8 minutes into the first period, but not if Quinn Finley has anything to say about it. 19 lights the lamp. Remember, last year he led the nation in scoring for more than half of the season. And later Wisconsin would add to it, but how would they get the puck in? Well, with Quinn, of course. He snipes it home on the one-timer, and Wisconsin sweeps Minnesota in Madison for the first time since 2014. The Badgers take it 4-0. After another statement of a season, Wisconsin women's soccer back on the pitch in the postseason, kicking off postseason play, first round of the Big Ten tournament, and apparently no one told Iowa that it's easy to score with an empty net. Brooke Allen nets the goal, and the Badgers, they go on to win it easily, 3-0. It's wrestling time in Matttown, you could say. Season opener for Wisconsin, hosting North Dakota State, and at 1:49, the Badgers were doing just fine. Joseph Zargo wins his match 5-0, and the Badgers dominate across the board. They get the Bison 36-3. Bucks off to a good start, looking to win their third straight over the Kings, and they were up big early. Giannis doing Giannis things. No good on the jumper, no problem. The Freak puts it back with authority. That would tie things up, but it would be their last time being that close. They go on to lose in a close one in Milwaukee, 135-133. Elsewhere on the basketball floor, former Oregon High School standout Von Carvalho, he committed to Indiana. Remember, he's a top 50 recruit in the country. To the volleyball court, because tonight someone was punching a ticket to the state tournament. The good news, at least in this matchup, is both teams from our area. Madison Memorial, a 7 seed, looking to continue their Cinderella run, but Verona had other plans. The libero passes to Macy Stremlow, who spikes one down the line, and the Wildcats would take a big lead that they would never give back. Spartans trying to cut into it. Got one set in there, but it wouldn't be enough. Verona advances to the state tournament 3-1. Elsewhere in Division I, Waunakee playing an undefeated Holman squad, but that wasn't a problem for the Warriors. Second set, and Lauren Sprague spikes it down. Waunakee wins in straight sets, and they, too, are off to the state tournament. It is no secret that when Luke Fickell came to Wisconsin, he changed the Badgers' identity dramatically. But in Wisconsin's first meaningful win in a long time, lost in the shuffle was the fact that it looked like Wisconsin football is supposed to look. Forget the fact that their punter was their leading passer. Their run game, defense, and special teams, those were the difference makers, giving them their first win over a ranked team in 1,470 days, not that I was counting, on the heels of an emotional week.
But I know that they're committed to what it is that we're doing. They're committed to each other, and they're committed to a journey that, has been disappointing, right? I mean, I'm not here to tell you that this is the expectation, to win one game and to, expect the people or our fans to rush the field. I mean, there's a greater expectation. That's why I came here. That's why these guys came here. But at times, you've got to know that people have your back.
Jumping to Germany, where the Colts are in their Taylor era, Jonathan Taylor, that is. The former Badger continues his MVP season. JT ran for 244 yards and a trio of touchdowns, catapulting the Colts to a 31-25 overtime win. Next up for Wisconsin football is Indiana, a top 2 team in the country. So just to get ahead of things, Wisconsin volleyball had no problem humbling the Hoosiers and reminding people that Wisconsin is a volleyball school who has one of the best players in the country, Charlie Furbringer, who returned from injury today and made an impact right away. She puts it on a platter for Carter Booth, who has no problem putting it down for the Badgers. 1 set down. How about the second set? They get it done there too. Mimi Collier mashes one of her 14 kills. And later, it's this week's guest on the Wisconsin Huddle, Alicia Andrew, denying Indiana. The Badgers win it in straight sets, sweeping the Hoosiers. If you like Bucks basketball, you're in business. Next Saturday, they'll play the Lakers right here on News 3 Now. But first, they had to go through another one of the best in the West. Hosting Kevin Durant and the Rockets this afternoon, Bucks led for most of this one. Giannis Euros through the lane and induces the pain with the flush. The Freak had a game-high 37 points, and Jalen, take another look at that. How do you stop that? Generally, you don't, but tonight the Rockets found a way. Kevin Durant pulls up for 2 of his 31, giving Houston a lead that was a problem as the Bucks, they lose 122 to 115.